Here we are back in Monaco. My favourite place in the world, or certainly one of my favourite places in the world. Sun always shines in Monaco, and the people are all smiling. The good looking people are all smiling. So here we are today to sign. I've got to see the bank, got to see the agents, got to see the solicitors. Over here they call it the notary. And go jump through all the hoops. And what we're trying to do is acquire more and more property in Monaco, some to develop and sell, and some to hold on to and rent. And this is the first step on a long ladder of purchases in the Principality, in the world's most expensive property. So on earth there is nowhere, anywhere, and we're in a little 1.7 square kilometres, but there is nowhere where property, you look out there, costs as much as this. Casino Square. Casino Square. We're walking down the street in Monaco on the way to the bank. Have a look at some of these sort of, look what you get the shops right here. So here, 10 million, 24 million. I mean, these are apartments, 37 million, you know, 37 million. Here, look at the price of some of these guys. Absolutely. 18.8 million. It's a little bit different from walking down the high street in Arnold. Here we are, look, what's this? Oh, jets. Private jets. You don't really get that where we're from, do you? The process is very different here. It's much, much more drawn out. The equivalent to a solicitor called a notary, of which effectively does all the legals and the taxes. So, you know, everybody thinks there's no tax in Monaco. There aren't when you're a resident, but you know, when you're doing what I'm doing, you know, there are. I'm waiting outside the bank. The bank have long lunches. As I said, I've worked here before. Can't start till 9 o'clock. You know, work past 5 in the evening. You need to stop for lunch. You need to respect these people. These are some of the most successful and wealthy people on the planet. I've been coming here for 25 years, and each time I still get a buzz. I get a buzz when I walk around London. You know, walking down Oxford Street, past Hamleys or in Hyde Park, I still get that buzz. But now I get the buzz when I come to Monaco too. You know, it's Monaco, baby, Monaco. Three reasons people come to Monaco are obviously for the tax is number one. It's the safest place on earth, so there is zero crime here. And the third reason, and perhaps the most important reason, is you're surrounded by like-minded people. You know, everybody that lives in your building will be, you know, of similar value. If you live in a £25 million apartment, the guy next door to you is equally going to be a captain of industry. And that's why in such a tiny little area of the world, 1.7 square kilometres, and how beautiful it is, with the sea and the boats and everything else, and the famous casino, they all live here, and they all choose to live here. And I, being a property developer, selfishly wanting to bring my product to the Principality. And you guys can follow my journey and watch how I do. In a few episodes' time, you'll tell me whether I'm doing any good.
Nice.
You just watched me sign at the bank. Now that's the hard bit. Loans, paperwork, deposits, and all the due diligence you've got to go through. And then what I did was I marched over to the notary, which is the solicitor's office, the equivalent of a solicitor's office in England, and meet the owners, sign all that paperwork, And as soon as I've done that, you know, it was done. It was official. That apartment was mine. Well done, we want to get that off. Thank you, Jerome. Thank you very much. Thank you. Good to meet you. Thank you. Number one bought. Just bought another one in Monaco. And I'm going to go straight from here to actually view yet another apartment. But send them up. They are. That is the key to the next one. We are collecting property in Monaco. So everything you see is never rehearsed. It's all real time. We really did go straight from the bank to the notary. You know, often these things take, you know, days or weeks in between, but because I have to fly over and condense it all into a short period of time, bank, sign, notary, sign, and then straight from there, I went to view more properties. And what I want to know from you guys is I want your help. Give me some help. Everyone to see, you know, some I like, some I don't like, but comment, like, or is there a dislike button? I don't know how it all works. Remember, this is Jack's thing, not mine. But tell me what you would do. Tell me what you see and tell me what you think. You know, I like taking advice. Advice is free. You either take it or you leave it, but get involved. Come on this journey with me. I'm excited. I want you guys to be excited. You know, you might say to me, Guy, I think that should be a fish tank on the back of that bed, or I think you should cut a hole in that floor and put a chandelier up there. But I come up with ideas. I'm creative, but I need your guys' help. When you see me view a property, you'll see the initial reaction. Do I like it? Don't I like it?
Love it.
I don't want to waste people's time. If I turn up at a property and it's no good, there's no point walking round sucking each other's dicks for the next 20 minutes, umming and ahhing. If I don't like it, I know within minutes whether I like that property or not. And help me. You know, if I've missed something, tell me. I can always go back. But it's the initial, you know, the first reaction when you walk in the door, you stand on the balcony. For me, it's about views. It's about location. Of course, I'm never going to walk into somewhere where it's fabulous because then, you know, what I do isn't required. But if you walk in and you think, hang on a minute, you know, I can see space here. There's walls that shouldn't be here. You know that it can work. I get this warm feeling, this glow that comes over me. And that's when I know it's right. And that is what I'm looking for. Every property I look at, I want to get that fucking Ready McMahon glow. Do you remember when we were younger? The aura around him when he's walking down the street? That is what I am looking for. The Ready Brett glow. And if you want my advice, you know, bearing in mind I've been doing this 25, 30 years, first impressions count. If you walk into a property and it doesn't smack you straight in the face within the first 30 seconds, don't go for it. You know, it's so important. You need to get that buzz instantly. If I don't get the buzz when I walk in, how is my potential buyer going to get that same buzz? So I go by first impressions. Open that door. It's either wow, and then you make it better. It needs to be wow before I've done it. So when I've done it, you get more wow. And each one you'll be able to look at, comment, give me your advice, and let's buy these properties, let's convert these properties, let's do it together. Come on, let's go and take a look. This, put your hand out, is Mark Thomas. This is Mark, it's very relaxed. We haven't got any serious with it. Okay. So Mark Thomas, I met several years ago. I've been coming to Monaco for 25 years. Always wanted to get into the property game. I made a few mistakes, as we all do. And eventually, multiple people introduced me to this guy who knows every fucking body. Literally everybody. In with Steph Balkin Estates, Knight Frank. And, you know, since I met you, you did, you know, you've done what it says on the tin. you've introduced me to. You spent a lot of time with me, haven't you?
Yeah.
We've become friends.
It's been interesting. It's been good. It's a journey of discovery because the Monaco market is very unique, as you know.
Oh, is it?
We are the most expensive residential market on the planet per square meter, with Maritana trading at 110,000. But then the flip side of that, you can do trades at 25,000 square meters.
Yeah.
And so my job, I'm in charge of international clients with Balkan and Knight Frank down here. We take care, we custom make our searches for our prospective clients. And with Guy, my job is to find you projects that are viable and can make a decent profit.
Agreed, and it works both ways, doesn't it? So Mark has experienced what I do in the UK, generally new builds, but we did one in the Rose of France with Alex, which a lot of you have seen on the Building Monaco Super Homes. You came up there several times.
Yeah.
Bought me cigarettes off the Grand Prix at 2 o'clock in the morning. Nobody else would do that. And Mark looked at the product and said, there is a market here.
Yeah, there's a huge market. The turnkey market here hasn't really been that strong, and more non-doms, more and more Brits moving down here because of the tax and immigration issues in the UK. And Monaco is a very safe and secure location, and for the wife and kids, it makes sense, and fiscally it makes sense. And it's a legacy investment when you buy in Monaco for the family.
I've had some bad experiences, and I've said to myself, find one agent, as it happens with friends, and Mark's allowed me into the circle, and we have a number of mutual friends, and of course up there on the top is a close friend of Mark's, and I've been fortunate enough to meet him and spend many times at my house, and been up to the Palace and the Turby, and you listen. What I try to do as I'm growing up, and it's taken me a long while, is to listen to what people are saying. There are a lot what I've discovered here, this is a ruthless place as well.
Yeah.
There's a lot of monsters here, and I don't want to be sold something to clear it off his books. He knows that sell me something that has potential that I make money out of, and it goes on and on and on. What I don't want to do is sold a dog because it's the wrong side of the street, lose money on it, because then it would leave me a bad taste in my mouth for going forward.
It's not a one-off trade. I mean, we're in this to have a long-term relationship and do 5, 6, 10 projects over the next 2 to 3 years.
2 or 3 a year, and we move forward. But Mark, thank you for. I really want to introduce you to everybody. You'll see a lot more of Mark over the next few episodes, as we're trying to every Thursday. It'll be released, and you can follow us and our progress. What we like, what we don't like, what we buy, and of course what we achieve. See you soon. Okay. Are we taking pictures of the thing? Do a video, yeah.
Thank you.
It's only second floor, it's not that important. I love the marble stairs. Love the high ceiling. Not the best view in the world, but you can't always have everything. Look at that terrace there. I'm going to be changing that straight away, decking that out, just like they've done over next door.
No, but it just
I like it, the kitchen is nice. Storage. What happened with the one next door? It's sold already?
Yeah, it's sold. Yeah.
When?
This I don't know. Tu sais quand il a été vendu, ce bâtiment.
I love the high ceilings. The shops and
I mean, it's I love this. Look at the high ceilings.
the high ceilings is fab.
That's not structural, I think.
No, it's a good location.
It's not structural.
Yeah. You need the bedroom. This is where they need to be.
Lights here too. This is the light in the old.
Light front and back.
That's interesting.
This bed, the bed.
You need on suites down there. So you have a pillar here, but that's too big for a bathroom. You don't need that. The kitchen works. Is there any parking with this?
No.
This one, no. Well, you can't have everything, but I do like this.
Yeah.
I love it.
I mean,
She's very negotiable, so we got to
Yeah,
go in realistic. But yeah, okay. So you've got some good stuff, have you? Right, I love it.
and then coming over the corner, this standard bedroom. This is the shower, and all this comes out. This is all cosmetic. But you just one bed. This should be a 3-bed, and then here, got the dressing, and then a bathroom. But this should be this can be a 3-bed, and you've got 2 entrances to the building. I could feel you not liking it.
I know.
You're not feeling it, I can tell.
I'm not feeling it, but it's got to hit me when I first get in. What's is this the only one for sale? How many more? One more up here. One more on the top.
Sorry? Yeah, one more.
Yeah. But even the one more on the top. Would you clear that building?
Just. You
Just.
might get a sea view.
Yeah. To me, we need a view. So fantastic day. I've actually bought one today. That was the reason for coming in the first place. So paid for it, met the notary, solicitor, the agent, bank, did all that, signed 160 documents, got the keys. And, you know, that is our apartment. Walking through the street, met Alfie Best. Of course, we all know Alfie is. Big player. A lot of my friends are showmen back in the East Midlands. I said to him, which is quite amusing, this guy, Jack, makes me look like a pigeon. He said, I'm going for a beer at the Fairmont early evening. Why don't you come and have one? So that is my next step, is go and have a beer with Alfie fucking Best. Spent the last 4 hours with Alfie Best. Oh my God. Remember, I'm an honorary, easy for you to say. I'm an honorary gypsy. I've just been with Alfie 4 hours, had a few beers in the Fairmont. What a fucking legend. Tyson called us, we're sat with Tomo, we're buying apartments, and we have now made plans that are going to make your fucking, the goose pimples. I've got goose pimples now. Fletcher, feel the goose pimples. I didn't even Fletcher to feel them. Things are happening here. I've got my sunglasses on, it's half fucking 10 at night. Everybody in the restaurant's looking at me. Things are changing. Honorary showman. Already been made by another legend, James Senior fucking Mellon. From the Prince of Monaco to the Prince of Nottingham, look. Come to see Mellon. We are changing the world as we sit here eating our fucking steak, people. Eating our fucking steak. Watch and learn. Oh, Alfie Best. I'll tell you the story very quickly. I was walking down the street. I'd just come out of the bank, and this guy was walking by with another chap, and he went, "Guy Phoenix?" And I said, "Yeah." He said, "I know you." And I said, "Oh, am I? What? Da 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 da." We had a chat for a few minutes, and I said, "What's your name, sir?" And he said, "Alfie Best." And I said, "What? Not the Alfie Best?" He goes, "Yeah." I was like, "Oh my God." You know, I know lots of showmen, lots of the travelling community, and Alfie Best is at the top. So for him to pull me over in the street and say, "Guy Phoenix," you know, it was a big thing to me. I gave him my number. Within half an hour, he sent me a text. I told him I just completed, and he said, "Why don't we meet for a drink at the Fairmont?" So shot down to the Fairmont, sitting at the Fairmont. We had a couple of beers. And then guess who sends me a video? Old Mr. Fury. Who, of course, these guys know. We FaceTimed him. We had a bit of a chat. Hi, Tyson. And then I get this from him saying...
Do you know all you not me to do? Get in the fucking gym. Fuck all the drinking, partying. Get in the gym every single day. Gymming, training, working out.
Get up. So we're having a drink. He's giving me a bollocking. I should be in the gym training. And I went back to him and said, get in the fucking gym? Do I look like I go to the fucking gym? That's your game, baby. Turn it up, Fletcher. Turn it up, Fletcher. Turn it up, Fletcher. We've already seen you been robbed twice. I've just spent the last 4 hours at Alfie Best. Another legend. Another fucking showman legend. Remember, Honorary Showman by James fucking Mellors. We want to see a real fight, not you robbed again, Tyson. Come on, motherfucker! Come on, come on! Turn it up, Fletcher! Turn it fucking up! All in all, another surreal afternoon in what is the Principality of Monaco.
Coming up next week, a first look in Guy's new Monaco apartment. Another potential purchase in the Principality. And a sneak peek into what Guy gets up to on holiday.